Make sure I got- And good morning. Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It is 12:30 already.
Afternoon. That's how our day flies by. Morning for me. I was up early.
Yeah,
But
I was
afternoon.
not. And so I'm still a little discombobulated here. Welcome. I'm Tracy Sinclair, of course, with me, Ariane Arambura, our morning anchor. And we talked a little bit last week about this. Now we're kind of giving people an update on the Million Mile Challenge.
Yeah, so we've been doing this with Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington for, I'd say, the past 6 years. Every month of April, we always feature a different wish kid and their family. A lot of these kids, their wishes have already happened, so we're featuring them to show our viewers what these wishes mean to these kids, to their families, and also as a chance to raise airline miles, because how did these kids and those families get there? They have to fly there. And of course, living here in Alaska, you got to get on a plane to get out. And we're talking Disney World, Disneyland. They even have wishes happen here within state. But for the most part, these kids, they want to go away. So that's why we have kicked off the Million Mile Challenge. This year, it has been going incredibly well. Viewers out there, people are just giving. And we've already hit some pretty big goals. But
We'll talk about that in
Yeah.
just a second. We don't want to spoil all
We
of
don't
that.
want to spoil
But
that.
one of those kids that is one of the Make-A-Wish kids, as we'll call them, Addie. Tell us
Yes.
a little bit about Addie.
So Addie lives in Wasilla. She is creative. She loves the colors. She loves to draw. And her wish was to go to Disney World. And the reason is because she loves to draw Disney princesses. And after her wish trip, she actually already decided, hey, I think I want to do this. So check out Addie's story. Every morning and every night, this is the routine in the Howell household. Not for Mom Allison, but for their 12-year-old daughter Addie, who was born with cystic fibrosis, or CF for short.
She has a bucket with all the different pills, and they all do different things.
Up before most, Addie has to take a pill every time before she eats, something she's been doing all her life. She also has to do her lung chores, a process that takes about 20 minutes each time.
All right, it's all plugged in.
A daily routine, which for Addie, she says, is the hardest part.
Just having so much stuff to do, having to always have pills whenever I eat, and like having to do all of my lung chores in the morning, and then I have to do them at night too.
The families learn to adapt, but some days are harder than others.
It's heavy. Sometimes it's very sad, and other times, like, well, things happen all the time to all sorts of people.
From my perspective anyways, I feel like there's almost like a grieving process that goes along with that, because there is a type of loss that is there.
Still, the Howells have learned to find a happy balance, describing their daughter as any other typical preteen.
Dance, music, singing, drawing.
Addie showed us her latest masterpieces, sketches of Disney princesses, inspiration that came from her Make-A-Wish trip to Disney World.
Once I knew like I kind of gonna do it, I was really excited.
It was Addie's first time on an airplane, and the first time her family was able to take a vacation together.
To be the recipient of such a gift from complete strangers was huge. It changed my life. I see people differently.
I love just spending time just with my family, not having anything to do, just having fun times all together.
Addie's experience came back to Alaska. She has a Make-A-Wish shrine in her room filled with souvenirs documenting her trip.
That kind of hope and joy, she has plans, and she has plans to go places. And we didn't even see all of that until afterward, when she was organizing this and that, and like some of her souvenirs. And she's taken up drawing portraits of princesses.
A wish trip turned into a dream, because when Addie grows up, she now wants to work at the happiest place on earth. Right?
They're supposed to warn me when I'm going to cry.
No, because I know I need to get you
and
to see it. Yeah.
I do tear up a lot on these stories, because that was really sweet.
And you feel the impact. You see her drawing. She loves drawing Disney princesses, and then you get to go to Disney World, and then you meet the real life Disney princesses. And like her mom says, seeing that, they have been kind of inundated with her illness with cystic fibrosis since she was born, but seeing that and seeing her daughter have those dreams of, I want to work at Disney World, just completely put everything into perspective.
Yeah,
and that's
kind
why
of
we do this campaign.
That hit me, where she said,
Yeah.
we didn't know, you know, that she had these dreams, and now we've learned about it, and that's
Yes.
just the things that you can learn. These, we talk about this a lot when we tend to hear Make-A-Wish. I think the image in our brain is terminally ill
Yeah.
kids that are, it's kind of one last trip. But
And-
that's
yeah.
not really what this is.
And no, it's not the case. And a lot of families that we've talked to, when they hear Make-A-Wish in the hospital, because a lot of times they're recommended from a nurse or someone, they kind of instantly get scared because they do think terminal illness, but it's for critically ill children. It's for kids that have life-threatening illnesses. But all of these families that we've covered and these kids over the last 6 years, they're all still, you know, here and having a good time and able to share their wish trips. And right now, Make-A-Wish Alaska in Washington is working on granting about 55 wishes for kids here in Alaska.
And almost all of them, the ones that are scheduled for April through August, involve air travel, which we've talked about because, you know, getting in and out of Alaska, we all know it's not easy. And so really helping with these miles, just an assistance to give these kids that extra little boost. And as you saw, the whole family gets to go.
Yeah, it's not just the kid, it's the mom, dad. You know, Addie had 7 brothers and sisters, but, you know, 4 of her siblings were able to make it. That's sending the whole entire family there. And for a lot of these kids and their families, this Make-A-Wish trip is a turning point in their illness. They actually have studies and research that after these kids go on their wish trips, they see a turning point in their illness. They're excited, they're happy, they're enthusiastic. They start to dream big, and, you know, as you heard from Addie, and every 65,000 miles donated, that equals 1 plane ticket that Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington don't have to pay for.
Right, because I mean, it's a great thing, but it does cost money.
Yes.
You know, these trips, they actually just fundamentally cost money. So last week, we hadn't gotten an update on
Yeah.
the total miles, but
So excited.
where are we at right now for total miles? It's the Million Mile Challenge. We
Yes.
can throw that
So
out.
we kicked off April 1st. Our goal was 1 million miles. Within week 2, we were already at about 949,000 miles. And I'm happy to report, and I'm just going to tell you guys right now, so if you're tuned in and watching, you're the first to hear this, but our last check was this morning, and we've already passed 1 million miles. We are now at 1.8 million airline miles, which is mind-blowing. And ever since we've been doing this, this is the most that we've hit. We're not even done yet. We have Addie's story. We also have another wish kid that we're featuring, Tristan. So we thank you. I know Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington, thank you. That is incredible.
Yeah, going
1.8.
and we're still going to the end of the
We're
month.
still going to the end of
So-
the month. Let's call it the 3 million mile challenge.
Right, I was going to say we don't have to stop here just because you
No.
think, oh, they've already passed it.
No.
But think of how many more kids these miles can help. They can
Yes.
keep them. They can use them. You know, we really do appreciate
Yes.
that. And so
If you're
there's a
wondering
pretty
how,
easy.
Tracy and Ariane, how do we donate our
How can
airline
I do
miles?
that?
Well, get your phone out. If you're on your phone, grab a phone. You can grab someone else's phone. You can also go to our website,
Right.
alaskasnewssource.com, and at the very top, we have Million Mile Challenge. But this QR code will take you directly to the link that is on our website, and every bit counts, and you can donate mileage there. You can also donate money if you want, but mileage is what we're asking for our 1 million mile campaign.
And really, you said we did have one very large donor.
We did.
That, but these don't have to be huge donations.
No.
10,000 miles, 20,000 miles really build up very quickly when a bunch of people do it, and they can just build and build, and the kids get the benefit of it, the children and their family. And one of the things I think about just watching these kids, because most of them have been through a lot.
Yeah.
They're dealing with these critical illnesses, and this is kind of a moment where they can just be a kid.
Yes.
And they can and that's what always makes me tear up, that they have
Yes.
such good trips, because instead of focusing so much on their illness, they can actually just go out and have fun. As you saw Addie with her brothers, and
Yeah.
it was just like, she's out having a good time, just being a kid. And that's really what you want for these people.
Yeah, and meeting these families, it really puts things into perspective when you go meet these kids and see their day in and day out, things that they have to do to, maintain and stay healthy for even for a moment a day, however long they're there for their wish trip. They are literally, truly just enjoying being a kid. And for mom and dad, the family that's with them, they just get to watch them,
so
not be
nice.
hooked up to tubes and things like that. So this is one of my favorite campaigns that we do, the Million Mile Challenge. The fact that we have surpassed 1 million miles is incredible. So thank you, everyone who has donated. Continue to donate, and I cannot wait to see what our final mileage number is. And I'm sure that 55 Wish Kid number is going to go up now that they're able to to probably send more kids
Right.
here in Alaska.
The more you can donate, the more they can
Yes.
help. So thank you so much for joining us today sorry, I'm looking down to find out where there for our Make-A-Wish Kid update. We appreciate it so much. We will be back next week for another kind of hint at getting closer to our final total.
And tune in tomorrow morning on the Morning Edition to watch Addie's story once again.